Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in SmackDown Live. Who needs Raw?
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it Raw. Oh, baby, I like it Raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be tuning into right here at youtube.com/Stephen Larson, and anywhere fine podcasts are available, including iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud.com/Stephen Larson. And
soon,
that's it. That is
soon,
it.
very soon.
We're on the road, the long, scenic route to Spotify, Larson. It's a good thing we both agree that WrestleMania is a good goal to look at. 7 weeks away till we get on Spotify.
You lost a bet. It's supposed to be going to Spotify immediately.
Speaking of bets, you probably noticed that neither of us are wearing the Jeff Jarrett Slapnut shirt.
Yep, we tied.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're also available on patreon.com/Stephen Larson, where you guys can contribute to the show. And in return, we give you rewards such as $5. What do they get at $5, Larson?
Weekly live stream.
Weekly live stream at the $5 monthly Patreon mark. $10 to get one of these suckers. Yeah, it's all good. I've started working on that last page of the Stephen Larson comic for the 13th time.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in the Friendo Care package at the $20 mark, so that's good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, we're also at ProWrestlingTees.com/Going In Raw, where you can get neither of these shirts. I have no idea where you even get this shirt. It says FTW. It says, you can read it, fuck the world and everyone in it.
Is that toothpaste on there or something?
I don't know. This is this isn't where which one? Where?
Right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's impervious. Feel it. It's hard.
No, I don't want to feel it.
Feel it. It's hard.
Without knowing what it is, I don't want to touch it.
It's impervious to the wash. I've washed this several times since this appeared.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe glue or something, or concrete. I don't know what the hell it is, man.
Why would it be concrete?
I don't know. I don't know why it would be anything. Whatever it is, I have no idea what it would be.
Okay.
But it's impervious to the washing machine.
Okay.
It's stuck there.
I didn't know if you brushed your teeth and then some of the toothpaste got on your shirt.
No, I'm not generally a messy toothbrusher guy.
Oh, okay.
I walk around the house, so it might get everywhere in the house, but I don't it's not like spilling everywhere. And yeah, those are the only places we're at. You can find us.
Yes.
Right there. We're also at Instagram.com/Stephen Larson, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, we had Elimination Chamber last night, Larson.
We did.
Kind of an oddball pay-per-view. I'm not sure I'm huge on this shoehorning two pay-per-views in between the Rumble and WrestleMania. There's a reason they call it the Road to WrestleMania and it starts right after the Rumble, because a road, you're on the road, so you don't necessarily take, the several exits before you get to your destination.
No, but depending on how long your trip is, you might have to take a couple stops, to use the restroom, grab a snack, some water. So, in that sense,
yeah,
there can be a couple stops.
I guess, look, if it's executed properly, if they make the pay-per-views mean something, then I guess that would be okay.
You know what? Having two shows
Yeah.
over the next 2 months roughly, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, whatever it was between Rumble and Mania is far better than having two SmackDown pay-per-views in February. Sorry, two pay-per-views in February and March. There's only one per month. Typically.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Typically,
I see what you're saying.
the last half of last year post-draft,
yeah,
apart from Survivor Series, the major pay-per-views, there were two pay-per-views per month, one for each brand. They're not doing that.
Oh, back during the old brand split?
No, just late last year.
Well, I'm talking about between Rumble and Mania.
I know, but I'm saying you're saying there's two shows. I'm saying if they had followed the pattern, there had been four. There had been a pay-per-view for both Raw and SmackDown, both in February and March, but they're not doing that.
There was 4 pay-per-views between Rumble and WrestleMania last year?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying after the brand draft, each brand had a pay-per-view each month saved
I
for the
see what you're
months
saying. I see what you're saying.
of the
Okay, I
major
see what you're saying.
pay-per-views.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired, man. I watched a lot of wrestling this week.
I did too.
And I'm just generally tired.
I am too.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to dive into this.
I didn't watch the pre-show. Did you watch the pre-show?
Yeah, well, yeah, man. Of course I watched it. Mojo Rawley versus Kurt Hawkins. Who don't want to see that? Oh, Hell in a Cell, Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, Morrow said Hell in a Cell again last night.
Oh, when's my contract up? Ooh. Like, that dude is checked the fuck out. He is so checked out. That dude is not coming back. He is not coming back. Whenever his contract is up, he is, I'm out the door.
Morrow played it off pretty well, though, because they gave him crap for it. Mm-hmm. And he just said, damn it.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Look, here's the thing. A lot of people say, oh, you guys hate Morrow. I don't hate Morrow. Regardless of the fact that he blocked us on Twitter for an innocent, jokey poll that we put up. We weren't even following him on Twitter in the first place. He blocked us. That's fine. I get that. I was stupid for tagging him in the first place.
But you were sick, too.
I don't dislike Morrow. I don't necessarily like his commentary all that great. I like when it's dialed back a lot, like in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, he was great during the Cruiserweight Classic.
He seems like a super professional guy. I just find humor in the fact that he does seem to be tuning out a bit. He seems to be...
Not quite on his game.
Which I think is pretty funny. Like, I love that. Like, last time I had like a real job type job, like at the bank.
Yeah.
And I gave like a 10-day notice.
Oh, yeah. It's senioritis.
Senioritis. I checked the fuck out. It was amazing. It was so great because I was like a telephone banker. And I was like, I'd get a call and be like, yeah, I don't know. I guess you have like $50 or so. And they're like, what? I'm like, click, hang up. Who cares? I'm out of here anyways.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Fire me?
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah.
So anyways, Elimination Chamber on the whole, in a nutshell. Yay or nay?
Save for the main event, it just felt like a really, really good episode of SmackDown.
Felt like a wild card final.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Let's run this down from the beginning. Yeah, because the Elimination Chamber match itself, I felt was one of the stronger ones. I'm not a huge fan of the Chamber match in general.
I haven't seen a ton of them.
It's too much. I heard there was wasn't there like a really good Shield versus Wyatt family one?
It wasn't in the Chamber, though.
Oh, that was just
it was at the pay-per-view.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think there wasn't one with like Edge that was supposed to be really good.
Yeah, I think Scoops was talking about that on Twitter last night. I think 2009.
Wasn't like Mysterio in it.
Yeah, Cena.
You don't like when you think iconic matches, no Elimination Chamber matches really come to mind. Like Hell in a Cell, yeah, a couple come to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some other ladder matches? Couple come to mind.
I Quit matches,
a couple come to mind. Elimination Chamber, this is way too much going on.
Yeah.
Way too much going on. I actually kind of like it in theory how somebody has to sit there and watch shit go down and then like a pod door opens.
Yeah.
And there's been times when, like, for example, when I think it was with Mark Henry or Sheamus. I think it was Sheamus. The door like didn't work.
Yeah.
And I forget what they did, like broke through it or some shit. So there's some cool aspects to it, but I thought last night they effectively used the chamber.
Yeah, and it wasn't too long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's about a half hour.
And the great thing is SmackDown is top low. Like they've got some really good talent up at the top of the card. There's just not a lot going on after that. But I like that they told a bunch of stories. Like they had stories coming into it, and they used it kind of like with the Rumble. They told some good stories within the Chamber.
Yeah, we'll get to that though when we get to that match.
All right, so let's talk about Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. Number one, what the hell was Becky Lynch wearing? Mesh doesn't work. I don't like mesh.
Oh yeah,
mesh bugs the shit out of me.
Well, then like her top was kind of skin tone.
Yeah,
but
it was kind of skin toned. But also mesh, so it's see-through.
Yeah,
and she had like a weird like V going down to cover the
lace.
boo-boos.
That was made of lace. It looked like.
Yeah, but then she had a bra underneath. Yeah. I think it was not good. Sometimes like she can get it perfect. Sometimes like just where she wears her merch shirt.
Yeah, I don't know why she stopped doing that.
Just wear your merch shirt. She has really good merch.
And she wears jean shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're cut off.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I just noticed that last night because you can see the rivets.
Yeah.
On the pockets at their.
Yeah, she looks really cool when she's casual.
Yeah.
When she tries to do too much, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my comment on her attire. Because like when attire doesn't usually like, I'll pay attention to attire. Like Mojo, I can't stand Mojo's latest attire.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like the black spandex, and he's slowly adding like different trim things to it. There's like I think a logo on his dick. And then, like, going down the side. I don't know. You just wear the hype bro. Like, why don't you just stick with the hype bro thing?
I know.
I get that they're bros, and they want to separate it from the tag team, but now he's just generic guy.
Does he still have Mojo Rising on his
and they're like, they're nice, right? It's like good writing. It looks cool.
Oh, okay.
Ish. But, like, then he just wears spandex, like bike shorts. Like fancy bike shorts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go back to the Zubaz.
So go back to the Zubaz. Do something that's like a bit fancier.
Does he still have the Zubaz trim?
I think he does, but it's like still It's too bland for him. He should be all colorful.
Mm-hmm.
He's Mojo Rawley.
Yeah,
I
agree.
It should be crazy. Anyways, that was the pre-show. Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was okay.
The finish was like, what the, huh?
Yeah, I know.
It was like a sort of roll-up type thing.
Yeah, it was a roll-up reversed into a roll-up, I believe, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it was kind of surprising that Becky won.
There was we got a couple of these wrong.
We started off with getting the first two wrong.
Yeah, Becky Lynch ended up getting the win. I'm not sure what that really accomplished because she can totally afford to eat a loss to Mickie James, who totally needs a win because she's being established as heel B, top heel.
Yeah, and also, her whole motivation was saying that Mickie James was the precursor to the Women's Revolution.
Yeah. This would have been a great opportunity for them to establish her as top heel, especially given what happened with the title.
Mm-hmm.
So that was bizarre to me.
Well, maybe if Mickie James is going to be up for the women's title in a bit, whether it be at Mania or shortly thereafter, maybe they thought, okay, well, she can eat a pin now.
This was definitely
get Becky over.
This was SmackDown episode.
Yep.
That's what this was. This did not belong in a pay-per-view. This is SmackDown episode.
Well, you know what? The way it was booked. The match itself was booked.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a SmackDown match versus, this didn't feel like there was a whole lot of drama to it.
Yeah, I also have to add, I watched this literally right after Naito Elgin.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the main event from New Japan, and then I got into this, and I was like, oh, man, that was a bad idea. Because, man, Naito Elgin was amazing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Different video. Okay, so that was crap. Then we had the no-win situation match. There was and the way it started, I thought was great.
Yes, I thought they were gonna make it interesting and make it a situation where someone could win.
Handicap match: Dolph Ziggler, the heel, versus Apollo Crews and Kalisto, the faces. Which doesn't make a lick of sense. Going into this, it's a no-win situation because if the faces win, who cares? You had two guys beating up on one guy.
You were supposed to win.
You should have dominated
and
this.
If Dolph wins, then
oh my God, that buries the shit out of the faces. Yeah, exactly. So when Kalisto came out to do his lucha thing, Dolph broke out.
Yeah,
he hit X.
He surprise attacked him, threw him into the LED light panel,
which took out a couple of the LED panels, which was great.
Yeah, it was neat.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So for the first, half, 3/4 of the match, it was a one-on-one match between Apollo Crews and Dolph.
Right, which was great.
Yeah,
exactly. And Dolph, and what the story then should have been, we never see Kalisto again because he's brained. And somebody said that on Twitter. Somebody said, oh, my God, Dolph just brained Kalisto. And I like that. I didn't know that you can use brained.
It just means hit on the head, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Brained, but in the past tense like a verb.
Yeah.
You brained him.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah,
but
I've heard that too.
I love it. I think it's great.
Okay.
Anyways, Kalisto should be gone. He should be concussed. He's out. Storyline, he's out. So that turns into Dolph versus Crews. And all of a sudden, Dolph is the guy who will do anything to win. He's got that chair, whatever. And so now it's Crews trying to fight against a guy who will do anything.
And it was pretty great.
And still be a good guy.
It was pretty great. Crews went to check on Kalisto and then turned to walk towards the ring, and there was genuine emotion.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was good.
He was selling the moment really well.
Little flashes of Apollo Crews. Unfortunately, the crowd doesn't care because once he got the win and Dolph went, because Kalisto comes back.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Don't do that.
I know.
No good. Because then at that point, no matter what happens, it's lose-lose. You're back to lose-lose situation. Kalisto comes back, helps Apollo Crews get the win. Dolph in the end goes crazy, starts beating up on them with a chair. Crowd starts chanting either thank you, Dolph, or one more time.
I think both.
Okay. So you have buried Apollo Crews with this booking. Dolph trying to get over as a heel. I like what Dolph has been doing. I appreciate the performance aspect of it.
Yeah.
But nobody really cares about Kalisto and nobody really cares about Apollo Crews. And so you're just going to have, and people like to watch people get beat up. Mm-hmm. People like certain heel actions, If you have a heel wailing away with a chair on somebody, you're going to enjoy that unless it's somebody you really give a damn about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How, it's interesting how quickly Dolph has more or less fallen from relevancy.
Oh, I know.
It was just October that he won the Intercontinental title from Miz.
Yeah.
In a retirement match.
Yeah.
Huge moment.
He should have been in the chamber, dude.
Great match. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then ever since he dropped the belt back to The Miz, he's just been completely, more or less, irrelevant.
What did we think we were going to see? What, AJ versus Dolph, something like that?
Where?
Okay, so there was a really long feud, Dolph versus Miz, and then we had Dean versus AJ. So we figured they might swap partners.
Yeah, we thought that might be the case.
We thought that might be the case. Instead, Cena comes back, takes over the AJ thing.
Yeah, buries AJ.
It buries AJ, exactly. Dolph starts falling down the ladder. I kind of understand this because, number one, nobody will believe Dolph. I mean, they could. Like, we don't even believe Miz in the world title scene right now, but at least he was in the chamber match.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody believes Dolph as a world title contender.
Well, he's eaten too many pins.
Over the course of a very long time, but especially recently.
Yeah.
So I kind of get it if they go back and say, okay, Dolph, how can we use you? Turn heel, get Apollo Crews over, because Apollo Crews is a fantastic talent.
Yes.
Who needs to get over.
Yes.
Crowd doesn't care about him because they haven't really helped. The creative hasn't really helped Crews figure this out. And Crews obviously can't do it on his own. So this is a horrible, horrible idea. Like Dolph versus Crews. There's a way. I trust in Dolph to get Crews over. I trust in that. I don't try. If this is how they're going to be booking it, Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph, a handicap match, two faces versus heel. I don't trust whoever's booking that.
I know.
To get Crews over.
I know.
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Have Kalisto go crazy over Dolph being a heel and have Kalisto be a heel and have him team up with Dolph to take on Crews. There's your handicap match. And then you get a heel Kalisto, and who doesn't want to see that? Because it's something different from Kalisto at least.
I know.
You know what I mean? Do something. Kalisto and Crews versus Dolph. Oh, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, not a good idea.
No. Anyways, Crews goes over, but the crowd only reacts when Dolph
puts a chair over his ankle and tries to break it.
Exactly. Oh, goodness.
And then they cheer Dolph.
Yeah. Oh, no. Here we go. Tag team turmoil. Elimination tag. Wild card. Ooh, tag match.
Again, a match that we haven't seen on SmackDown, but it feels like we could have very easily.
Hey, man. They're listening. What did I say 3 weeks ago? Do something with the Ascension. And look at how the Ascension were booked. Granted, the finish was crap.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, the Ascension, out of all these teams right here, well, Slater and Rhino really were kind of booked strongest, I think. Breezango was eliminated by Slater Rhino.
Yeah.
Vaudevillain's eliminated by Slater Rhino. And then finally they were eliminated by the vicious Usos.
Yeah, the Usos looked good last night.
Yeah, they were good. Breezango had some fancy like naval attire.
Yeah,
they looked really good.
One of the commentators, I don't remember which one, said looked like they worked on a cruise ship.
Yeah, totally. They're Love Boat guys.
Came right off a cruise ship.
Who was the dude, the bartender Isaac on the Love Boat? He was always cool.
Yeah, he was.
And then even Captain Stubing had like the ball.
I'm surprised you remember his name.
There's two reasons why. Number one, wasn't there? You know why? Because there was a Pearl Jam song that me and Jeff used to listen to, because that's all we used to listen to was Pearl Jam. And there was a song that referenced the Love Boat somehow.
There was one of their songs on their later albums was called Love Boat Captain.
Okay,
wasn't it?
Yeah. And we just used to refer to it as Captain Stubing.
Okay.
And number two, because Patrick Stewart did a Saturday Night Live skit where he played Captain Stubing.
Okay.
But it was like a Next Generation Love Boat mashup. I think that's what it was.
That sounds funny.
I think it was. And I think Tim Meadows played Jordy or Isaac Jordy, whatever it was. Anyway, I remember Captain Stubing. Oh, man. Breezango, Love Boat guys. They're eliminated by Slater. Slater Rhino are so over, but SmackDown doesn't want to do anything with them.
I know, because, they tried to break him up. It didn't work.
And it didn't
Probably
stick.
because Hype Bro got hurt.
Yeah, I think so. Vaudevillains, who, man, talk about the doldrums.
I know.
Oh, but this is the thing. What did you expect? What are they going to do with the Vaudevillains? They're time travelers. Nobody wants to deal with that shit.
But, they did a good job of building them up for their feud against the New Day.
Who don't I like on NXT? Oh, the Bollywood. Man, Bollywood boys better hope they don't go to SmackDown anytime soon. They really need to stick around NXT for a long time, develop some character, be heels or something, because these cartoon gimmicks aren't working at all for anybody. The Vaudevillains. Oh my goodness. What was anybody ever thinking with those guys? Time travelers. Anyways, what now?
Characters like the Vaudevillains could work okay in a smaller venue like NXT
or PWG.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's just, man. Yeah, I don't know. How long do you think the Vaudevillains are going to be something that'll like oddly stick around for a long time?
I know.
I get that feeling, and they're always going to be stuck in the Vaudevillains. It's kind of like Breezango right now. Like, I wonder what they. Man, geez, what a mess. SmackDown's tag team division.
I know.
It's
awful.
Talk about turmoil.
Awful.
Anyways, I like the Usos, but man, they never use those guys.
I know. The Usos are great.
Yeah. I like this, though. I like this. The Usos were eliminated by AA.
American Alpha.
But not Arn Anderson.
Yeah. And then they beat the hell.
Not A-Double, not Austin Aries.
Then they beat the hell out of American
Alpha. They beat the living
Alpha.
shit out of American Alpha. I thought, perfect opportunity. My boys, the Ascension. I started to regret turning away from my heart and going with my head, but then I realized fairly early on when the Ascension came out to take on the beat up American Alpha.
Well, they delivered their finisher, the Fall of Man.
Yeah.
And Gable broke up the pinfall. They weren't going to win.
I realized, I was like, okay, well, this is just to sort of give American Alpha
struggle.
I'll be honest, man. And then I saw, because I watched a little bit of Talking Smack last night, and I saw American Alpha, especially Jason Jordan, he needs to stop being such a nerd. He's the goofy, he is the dorkiest guy. He looks like a stud. He looks amazing. He's so dateable. I love Jason Jordan. He's great. But my goodness, can he scream, "I'm happy to be here" anymore when he talks? He is so dorky. He always has a smile on his face.
Yeah.
What do I say about nice guys? I don't like them. I don't want nice guys.
You've mentioned that.
Gable seems kind of reserved. I like Gable had some cool shit to say on Talking Smack.
Yeah.
He was like, we want to bring these belts to the point where we want to bring tag team wrestling to the point where people would believe it as the main event of WrestleMania. That's a tall task. Never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I like that. That's a good goal to have. Try to be the best in your division.
Well, we could see, obviously not at Mania this year, but if we get the Revival on SmackDown, Revival and American Alpha put on some great matches in NXT.
Yeah, they put on some good matches.
Granted, won't be the main event of Mania, but it could be towards the top of the card.
Yeah. How about you replace American Alpha with DIY? That could main event any show.
That can main event any show.
Oh man, those guys are great. So anyways, American Alpha, I don't know. I still look, to me, it's proving out. You guys in the comments might disagree with me wholeheartedly because I know a lot of people love American Alpha. I like American Alpha.
Yeah, I like them too.
I want them to succeed.
Yes.
I just think that it would have been so much better to have them in NXT for a very long time. I don't even say very long time, just an additional year.
Even 6 months.
Even 6 months.
And then they brought him up to SmackDown and didn't really retain, as far as the character work they were doing, anything that was making him interesting in NXT.
There should be some dynamic between it. Look at Heath Slater and Rhino. They made that work so perfectly. I'm trying to think of the New Day are just brimming with chemistry. I mean, that's, you can't replicate that.
Nope.
Those guys have been around a little while. Other good, the Club, they've been around a while. They just have that chemistry with each other. American Alpha are still figuring that out. But they got the job done. The Ascension, last people standing. I kind of feel like maybe the Ascension, American Alpha, or probably the Usos.
It seems like the Usos and American
Alpha
are going to be the Mania program. It seems like
that can't be like their tag division can't be over with soon enough though. Like they need fresh faces. They need an influx, or maybe just like tear them down, build them back up through the draft. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know either. But it's they need some quality depth.
Need something. Nikki versus Natalya, double count out. Who doesn't love that on a pay-per-view?
But I will say this: if Nikki is winding down her full-time in-ring career,
she's going out. Yeah, she's going out in a pretty impressive fashion.
Yeah.
Good match. She really laid it out, all out there.
Very
for Natalya,
physical. Very physical.
Which is why this really needed a finish.
I know.
Especially,
it's odd. It's odd considering if the Mania match is going to happen where it's Cena and Nikki against Miz and Maurice, why they wouldn't end this feud now.
Yeah.
To give creative 6 weeks to develop this other storyline.
Let me ask you something.
What?
How do you feel about this? Because I saw some people on Twitter talking about this. The reason why why John Cena would be relegated to a mixed tag match, Cena, Nikki, Miz, Maurice for Mania, if that is true, is so when they win, he'll propose to her.
I saw that. I saw that.
What do you think about that?
Seems awfully calculated.
I knew you were going to say that, and I totally agree. I think it's great for like what we've seen. What we see on the TVs, I'd like to believe, is just for the TV.
Yeah.
You know?
So does that mean like at SummerSlam they're going to have the wedding in the ring?
No. But the proposal is the thing. You know, the
Yeah.
proposal is the thing because that's been her struggle.
Yeah.
Her struggle is to get this guy to, you know, this sucker to
commit.
To commit.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, I'll be honest, I kind of like it. It'll be a good moment. It'll be a good moment.
It's going to be an interesting WrestleMania when SmackDown's top 2 stars are not involved in a match of any importance. Cena and AJ.
Oh, God, don't even talk to me about AJ, man. What a fucking bummer that's going to be. Bah!
I mean, I'm sure they'll try to attach some stakes to his match with Shane if that is to happen, which it probably will.
Give me Finn Balor. Give me Finn Balor versus AJ. God damn it. What's Finn Balor doing at Mania? Not a goddamn thing yet.
I don't think he's showing up till the Raw after Mania.
Really? You don't think they're going to have him in Mania?
I don't think so. There's no what is he going to do? There's really no spot in the card for him.
Yeah, man. What a bummer. What an absolute bummer. You don't think he'll show up backstage or something?
Maybe, but he won't have a match.
He'll be at fan access.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have a match, though. He'll show up on the Raw after Mania to do something with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see here. Where were we? Nikki versus Natalia. No, this is a
very physical.
Decent match, very physical. Nikki did some cool shit. Natalia is always good.
Mm-hmm.
And then a double count out. Natalia kind of forced a double count out.
Yeah. Well, they both seem more intent on beating each other up outside the ring than worrying about winning the match.
Yeah. So what?
So we'll have her blow off Tuesday on SmackDown, probably.
Yeah, or on the next. Whoa! Wild card final. Carmella.
There was a several, or at least 3 Carmella James Ellsworth segments where they're up in a luxury box.
And apparently Carmella was dominating the pre-show as well. I didn't watch the pre-show. Apparently
I didn't
Sam
either.
Roberts was on the pre-show again as well. When are they going to get us on there? I hope never. No, I hope we get to do it once. That'd be great. Just
it'd
do
be
it
fun
once.
to do it once.
Just so we can act like it's all real.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. I just want to be in there with Booker T. I hope they don't book that as like a Carmella thing. I want a Carmella there. I'd be fine with Carmella. I want Booker T.
Yeah.
The whole time, I just want to be trying to make it into a Booker T shoot interview. That's what I would want.
Yeah.
So I was working with Hogan, like, you know. That would be an interesting question. I'm not talking like the race thing. I'm talking about like Booker T was the dude who you never like he got pushed.
Yeah.
Like especially towards the end, he got pushed, and like. I'm really interested to know. Like, I don't think did he ever score a pin on Hogan? Because Hogan was the gatekeeper to the title, you know? Like, you had to pin Hogan or you had to, like, get around Hogan somehow. And I'm curious because we've heard all sorts of other WCW stories about Hogan and how he would, like, politic.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to know. Maybe there's an interview out there with Booker T. I'm sure there is about how, like, you know, Hogan and him, you know, got along or whatever. It'd be interesting to know, you know? So anyways. Carmella and Ellsworth up in a luxury suite. Yeah, the less of this, I'm happy. I'm happy with less of this.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Ellsworth was getting some chants, so.
Yeah, he was. Ellsworth is just that. He's a mascot. You know? He's like that kooky little cult figure that people want to cheer for, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's all sorts of debris.
I know, all sorts of food.
Gross. Anyways, then we had the Wyatts. They gave a little promo where Bray said, "At the end of the night, we might be apart, but then we will come together."
Yeah, and then Randy said, "We're here."
He said, "We're here,"
which led directly into a really good match between Randy Orton and Luke Harper.
This was, if the Elimination Chamber was match of the night, this was a close second, or it could be flipped because this was a fantastic match. This was a really cool match. I really hope that. Ooh, and this is the first time that I was down one in our predictions.
Yes.
Ooh. I really hope that this ends up being kind of a launching pad, more of a launching pad for Luke Harper. Although something tells me he's just, by the time Mania is done with, he's going to be back with Bray.
This is what I really hope happens because let's just talk about this now. Been rumored for weeks, if not a month or two, that we're going to get Orton Bray at Mania for the title. And so far, that's all played out.
Yes.
If the end game at Mania is just Orton winning the belt from Bray, it's so underwhelming. It renders Bray a transitional champion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like there needs to be a more dramatic payoff than just that. It'd be badass if Orton's end game wasn't breaking up the Wyatt family, but taking control of it. So at the end of Mania, Orton wins the belt with the help of Harper and Rowan. So it's the Orton family now. Face turn for Bray, because now he's all alone. He has to fight his own battles now. Just be interesting. I don't think we're going to get that, though. I think we're going to get...
Sometimes I hate when you talk because it just bums me out. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. I feel like it's going to be the same old thing where Harper gets involved, I assume to help Wyatt. Mm-hmm. Maybe Rowan comes out also to help Wyatt.
Yeah.
And Orton has the I mean, he's still a face. Mm-hmm. The crowd treats him like a face, even though he's kind of supposed to be a heel. But Orton does a full face turn, wins the belt.
I think your scenario isn't as out of the realm of possibility as we might think it is, because I mean, Orton wins the title, then where do you go from there?
I know.
You know what I mean? Where do you go from there?
I know.
So I don't know. I might be able to see that. The difficult part would be getting Harper to join with Orton.
Well,
that's the problem.
Harper could say, okay, well, Orton won the belt. Maybe it's not at Mania. Maybe it's a SmackDown after where the double turn happens.
Yeah.
But Harper could effectively say, I thought Bray was the most powerful person. Yeah. Turns out I was wrong.
Yeah.
Orton's the most powerful one.
I know. I like that Harper was thinking that because, like, you guys eat pins left and right. You have been for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. No, I don't know. I really like that scenario. It actually wouldn't surprise me if it played out that way. And here's why: because we have 7 weeks until Mania, so that gives those SmackDown writers, who I think have been doing a bang up job with the Wyatt Orton stuff.
Yeah, by and large, yeah.
It gives them a long time to do something pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm fairly intrigued, and I'm as much as I'm with you in that. It feels like their end game is simply going to be same old Randy Orton standing tall with the WWE title. I have some faith that it won't be.
I want to ask you something I thought about last night. They repeated at least twice, maybe more, about how Randy had punched his ticket, guaranteed a main event spot at Mania. Mm-hmm. And on Twitter, they said the same thing, that Bray now is going to be in the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Do you think this is that going to be the case? If so, does that mean Goldberg's still going to win the belt at Fastlane? Because if Goldberg-Lesnar for the Universal Championship, if that's the match, how is that not the main event? You know?
I think the Universal title is going to be. Yeah, I think Lesnar Goldberg for the Universal title is the main event at Mania. That's going to be the last match.
But what I'm saying is. If they've been saying this, they started it at the Rumble when Orton won. Said he's guaranteed a spot main eventing WrestleMania.
Main event. Oh, dude, they play fast and loose with the term main event.
They just seem to be repeating that a lot.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I think, I see what you're saying. To me, that feels more like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. That's what that feels like.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You think that?
Because it's not just Morrow saying it. It's various platforms, various people saying that.
I will guarantee you this.
No, I know if Goldberg wins the belt at Fastlane, he and Lesnar are going to be the main event of Mania. But here's the thing, though. As cool as that match could be, it's not going to be a good match.
No, it's not going to be a good match.
And when they want to end WrestleMania on an underwhelming match, would they do that?
It's the money match. Yeah, I think they will. I think here's my thing. I do think that Goldberg's going to win at Fastlane. Even if he didn't, him and Lesnar would still go on last at Mania. Because they play so fast and loose with the term main event.
No, I understand.
That it's not going to matter.
We'll see. I don't know.
They don't. The WWE does not consider the main event. Like we felt like validated when they said, yeah, what was it? Hell in a Cell triple main event. And then we were like, okay, well, we know that the main event is really what goes on last. And they validated that by putting the women on last.
Yeah.
But what was it? That Tuesday that it was decided? No, it was on a Sunday. It was like that Thursday I think, that it was decided.
Yeah.
They will say we have a spectacular slate of co-main events.
They said the triple main event, I think, to cover their butts. So whatever they ended up putting on last.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think that, everything seems to indicate that Vince wants Goldberg-Lesnar to go on last. Lesnar standing tall with the Universal title is not a feel-good thing,
especially
for that
after
crowd.
what will probably be not a very good match.
Yeah, I know.
And especially if they want to try competing with Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know if that's on their radar. I don't know, man. I think that they want the money match to go on last. That's what's going to happen last, and they're not going to learn from the fact that last Mania match between the two of those guys was crap, and that they're older, slower, crappier, and Lesnar is boring. I don't think they're gonna. I think that. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't even know how that match is going to play out. What is it going to be, like a physical knockdown drag? Lesnar's not going to make Goldberg bleed, I don't think, but Goldberg didn't seem adverse to bleeding. He headbutted a door into oblivion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they're going to do co-main event.
We'll see.
Yeah. Because, okay.
It'll be interesting to see we'll know after Fastlane.
Because what's the emotion? Okay, let's say, I don't know. We can attack this from a couple different angles. Like, in terms of the main event, is Randy Orton winning that? Like, let's say they do a double turn. Number one, I don't even know what is what with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd hella popped. They popped big. They had freaking Bray Wyatt eliminate Cena clean.
I know.
That was crazy.
I know.
That was awesome. And the crowd popped big for it. The crowd popped big for Bray Wyatt getting that. And that was just thank you for your years of service.
Exactly.
As opposed to, like, what are you now? But I still think that people really love Bray Wyatt because he's such a great character.
Yeah, they do.
But he's not really a heel.
No.
I guess he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But
he's a heel who the fans like because they appreciate his work.
The problem is they've got 7 weeks. I think they have 7 weeks to make that match interesting and give somebody to root for. And I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because people naturally root for Orton. People just naturally, inherently pop for Orton. But then are they going to pop for him beating Bray?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's going to feel underwhelming if that's the main event of Mania without something else going on.
Yeah, I know.
I think that match could, depending on how they handle it story-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a huge payoff at the end. But without that huge payoff, this feels so underwhelming.
Yeah, I know.
Whether it closes the show or not.
Okay, let me ask you this. What's the most emotional payoff they can give Mania?
Jericho Owens for the Universal title. If Jericho beats Owens for the Universal title at Mania, that's going to be a huge pop.
Boy, oh boy. That would be huge. Never going to happen.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
Really? Man, have the Fastlane betting odds come out?
No.
Boy, those betting odds got everything right last night.
I know. I feel like we got to start doing predictions before the odds come out because it's just not as... We don't take any chances.
I fucking hate the betting odds at this point. I don't
do
know
too.
where the fuck they get that shit, but it really bugs me now because I'm like, okay, we're sucking the fun out of it now.
I know.
So can we stop paying attention to the betting odds?
Sure. I'm fine with that. 100%.
We'll talk about it.
Because there were some comments in our prediction video. People were saying the betting odds are ruining predictions.
I know, right?
And it is ruining because we don't take any chances. We're like, okay, that's what the betting odds
say.
say.
Bray Wyatt should have been a euphoric ending last night. But instead, we've been hearing, and then freaking Meltzer. Maybe that's just the problem with being in the position that we're in, where we're digging for news and stuff.
We have to stay informed on everything.
But why the hell do the betting odds get all this leaked information perfectly?
I know.
Isn't that weird?
And there was that swing on a few matches from Thursday to Sunday.
Shouldn't there be isn't there some sort of insider trading? If I'm a writer and I know
what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Well, can we find out who's making out in Vegas in terms of these things?
I know.
Why aren't you and I placing bets on this shit?
I know.
We start making some money doing that because evidently they've got it right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyways, where were we? Orton versus Harper. Good match.
Yeah, great match.
Yeah. Nikki gave
a lot of really good back and forth.
Yeah, no, it was a really good match. Orton ended up winning.
And it made Harper look great.
Yeah, it did. It really did. But everybody knows Harper's
every opportunity Harper gets to show his skills.
Oh, dude.
He always
knocks
looks great.
Out of the park. Knocks it out of the park. Love Luke Harper. Nikki gave an interview talking about that shit that she did with Natalya.
And then Natalya attacked her. They fought some more.
Yeah, they fought some more. They went at it. Then we had Naomi versus Alexa Bliss. Big surprise. Naomi won.
Yeah.
Good little match.
Yeah.
Not like a barn burner or anything, but it was a good little match. Naomi deserves this.
Yeah.
Kind of oddball, Didn't see this coming. Alexa Bliss has been doing a really good job.
Well, they were pushing on the last SmackDown about how if Naomi were to win the title, then she would go into Mania as women's champion in her hometown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the thought crossed my mind that it might happen, but I didn't think it would because they hadn't really done. I mean, this feud has only really been going on for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
just right before the Rumble. So I thought this would be, one step before maybe Naomi would win at Mania or on SmackDown in between to give the storyline more time to develop.
Right.
But no, she won, which was great.
Yeah, no,
it was great to see her after the match get emotional.
Oh yeah, for sure. She deserves it.
Yeah, she does. Naomi's been doing great work for a long time. But with Vince's proclivity towards having hometown wrestlers lose in their hometown,
yeah.
I mean, it seems like she's going to lose the belt at Mania.
She'll lose it to Mickie James. Absolutely.
Which might be why they had Mickie James lose last night.
Yeah.
Knowing that she will get the women's title at Mania. Could be.
Yeah, no, I totally see this. I mean, now they want to. I mean, I don't know. It kind of depends. It kind of depends on. I'm still skeptical as to whether or not they're going to have Bayley pick up the women's title at Mania. I kind of feel like these offset each other a little bit. Like, I think Mickie James is probably going to pick up the title at Mania against Naomi, and I guess that would offset a Bayley win at Mania against Charlotte. But I still feel, I don't know. I don't know how they feel Bayley is doing on Main.
I know.
I feel like they want her to be like a Daniel Bryan type.
Or a John Cena type.
Or a John... Well, she's ways off from that. But in terms of her storyline with the Authority...
Yeah.
Her facing all the odds and stuff, they're really going to have to ramp that up over the next 7 weeks.
I know. Because, I mean...
they have a title match tonight, don't they? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They've done a good job of making Bayley even more relatable. Because with Charlotte constantly comparing her to people in the stands.
Here's the thing: do you think Bayley's connecting with the fans? It's hard for me to get a good read.
I know, because I think a lot of people had already connected with her.
Yeah.
Through her time in NXT, so I don't necessarily know if she's connecting with people beyond the audience that already cheered for her.
Bayley put over. Here's my thing: Bayley put over Nia Jax like $1 million in NXT. Okay. We know that Bayley is best friends with Charlotte and Sasha Banks. So I'm thinking tonight on Raw, Bayley versus Charlotte. Maybe Sasha prevents Bayley from picking up that win. Sasha turns heel. Then Bayley has to battle three heels
at
WrestleMania. And I think those three are going to go all out in trying to get her over the span of the next 7 weeks to really tear her down and make her the ultimate underdog in that match.
And make her even more relatable.
And so she picks up a big win at WrestleMania. There's that, but there's also, do they want to kill Charlotte's pay-per-view streak? I mean,
there's wiggle room.
They love streaks, man.
I know there's wiggle room if she's in the match but doesn't eat the pin.
I know.
I mean, she would still technically lose a match.
I think Nia Jax. Well, I don't know. Sasha might eat that pin.
Could be if the plan is for Sasha Bayley going forward. Yeah, it's entirely possible.
Yeah, I could see that maybe. And in which case, getting back to this, that offsets, if Bayley does pick up the win at Mania, that offsets, like as opposed to like Becky Lynch picking up the win at Mania for her second title.
You mean the heel winning
Mickie
match,
Mickie
the face,
James,
and the face winning the other.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if they care about that shit, I think they kind of do, but I haven't really looked at any history to see if that's the case. Elimination Chamber, the final match, the main event.
Yes. Fun match.
This is a fun match. I thought this was one of the more fun. Like I said at the head of the show, not a lot of iconic Elimination Chamber matches out there. You don't really point to, well, it was a great match because there's too much going on.
Yeah.
There's way too much going on for an Elimination Chamber match to really be like there was that time, I think Kalisto last one or the second.
Yeah, the Intercontinental title one.
Yeah, Kalisto climbed to the thing. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, but then Ryback won that match.
Oh. So, in terms of our predictions, they went out the window pretty quick with Baron Corbin.
But I'll say before we get to that, they did a good job of starting that match off with Cena and AJ because there's right out the gate 2 guys have a history, have a story together,
right?
That fans could get behind. Smart move,
correct? Yes.
As opposed to having like I don't know, like Baron and The Miz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who, apart from last week where Baron was talking some shit towards The Miz, have zero history.
Yeah. But I liked that they gave him, they picked up on that a little bit here.
Yeah.
Because Dean eliminated Baron. That was Dean eliminated Baron. Oh, you have it right here.
Yeah.
Dean eliminated Baron. I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought Baron was going to kick off by eliminating Dean.
Too.
But
then
Dean got a sneak. It was like a sneaky elimination.
Yeah. And then Baron beat the hell out of him.
Gets pissed, beat the shit out of Dean. And it was great because then Miz, his door opens up.
But he stayed in there the whole time.
He's freaked out.
Yeah.
Did a great job selling Baron as a monster. They escort Baron out of the chamber, and as soon as the door closed, Miz runs to Dean, picks up
because everybody else is down.
Everybody else is out.
There were some good spots where Cena and AJ climbed up the chamber.
That was fun. That was really cool.
And Cena took the bump.
Yeah.
Onto the now padded floor outside the ring.
Yeah, which is good.
I know. And then.
You know what's so funny?
This happened after Dean smashed AJ's head into the it did.
Yeah.
Dean smashed AJ's head into the plexiglass above one of the pods.
Yeah.
And also we should mention that Baron pretty much speared Dean through a pod.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. There were some good moments here. So then the Miz eliminated Dean after getting just destroyed by Baron Corbin, which was a good spot. And Miz, like I said, sold the hell out of Baron.
Yeah.
Cena then with one attitude adjustment took out the Miz. Kind of disappointed on that one. I was hoping the Miz would kick out.
Yeah,
that would make all the difference.
The Miz didn't really take a lot of punishment beforehand.
No, I know he didn't. He just one attitude adjustment.
I know.
What's with Cena burying the Miz, man? What the heck?
I don't know.
Then he's going to do it again at Mania.
Yeah, probably.
So I know I was hoping that Miz would eliminate Cena to
I know
kick that up a little bit.
I know, but instead during the backstage segment where Nikki and Natalya were fighting, Maurice got a bunch of powder thrown at her or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I guess that's going to be the motivation.
That's stupid. Then Wyatt eliminated Cena after a good back and forth, and it was clean, and it was beautiful, and it was one Sister Abigail.
Yeah, it took one Sister Abigail.
They're booking that. Man, did you see AJ sell that Sister Abigail when he took it? It was awesome. He made it look like it was a friggin' spiked DDT.
The whole time Wyatt and AJ were in the ring together, I was worried that AJ was hurt.
Yeah. Yeah,
because he was selling everything.
He was selling everything. It was fantastic. But yeah, Wyatt eliminated John Cena, and then we got we're going to have a new champion today. Oh, I'm out of here. And then, Wyatt ended up eliminating AJ also with his sister Abigail.
Yeah, good back and forth between Wyatt and AJ.
Yeah, I'd love to see those guys at Mania.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, not going to happen.
AJ Orton would be good. AJ Wyatt would be good.
AJ anybody except
AJ Cena should have actually... for the title should have been the main event of Mania.
I know.
It boggles my mind that
they have the best
some of these choices
on the planet.
They're making for Mania this year,
and they're going to use him with Shane McMahon. Could be AJ's last Mania. You never know. The way this guy sells.
I know.
My goodness, and he's so old. That's what's crazy about AJ. So he's 39 years old.
I know.
Sells like he's 29.
I know.
It was a fun match, and we got to see Bray Wyatt pick up his very first. Now he is part of the lineage that includes Bruno Sammartino. Classy Freddie Blassie. I think Buddy Rogers. That's who I'm thinking of.
Yes, Buddy Rogers.
Get those guys. They kind of look like each other a little bit.
I believe Buddy Rogers was the first WWF champion.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, the first Nature Boy.
Yep.
And what other luminaries?
The Rock,
Hogan,
Stone Cold,
Shawn
Michaels,
Bret Hart,
Triple H,
Diesel.
Yes.
Yeah. Who else has won the title?
You said Bruno already, right?
I said Bruno. Yeah. Pedro Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Nikolai Volkov.
He was Ivan Koloff.
I always get those guys mixed up. They were both Soviet guys, right?
I guess so, yeah.
I think so. Who else?
Edge.
Iron Sheik.
Yes.
Bob Backlund.
Yes.
Randy Orton.
Yes. John Cena.
CM Punk.
Yes.
Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yes.
Kane. The Undertaker.
Yes.
Really even know.
The Miz.
Oh, God. The Miz. The Miz. In the historic lineage that the Miz held the title.
I know.
Likes the Yokozuna.
Yes.
Anyways, Bray Wyatt is now WWE champion. Oh, how can I have ever forgotten? Oh, and Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Bryan.
Oh, God. Who else? One more. Just give us one more. Andre the Giant. He did. He won, and then he gave it to DiBiase. He put it on eBay.
Macho Man.
A Ric Flair.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we got like 3 more. Okay, my goodness gracious.
So good match.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Fun match.
Yeah. All the when you get a SmackDown main event with all their top guys, it's gonna be a good match. Especially put Baron Corbin in there. I like
Baron looks strong for a good stretch.
He's SmackDown's Braun.
Yep.
Yeah, Baron Braun. Yep. So yeah, that was Elimination Chamber.
And then after Bray picks up the win, holds the belt up,
Orton comes out and looks like he was looking for his car in a parking lot. Didn't know where it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was like,
but he wasn't making the noise.
Honk. Oh, it's over there.
It's over there. It's out in the actual parking lot, not inside the arena.
Not inside the arena. No, he was looking at that luscious looking title, and Bray Wyatt, his best friend.
Yeah,
his brother. Baby Orton, title's mine now. Goo goo gaga. Baby wanna Bobby. Yeah, he looked at him. Orton's serious face always looks like he's smelling something weird, like he walked into somebody else's apartment. Like when you're a kid and you go to somebody's house and it always smells like
different.
What is that smell? Do my house have a weird smell?
Not usually. I'm pretty
Yesterday, Lacey said it smells like assholes in my house, and I'm not sure if she was referring to me and the kids, or if like she meant it smelled like butts or just gross. Because like she's been on like, it's dirty in this house. I'm gonna get it clean.
Yeah,
kick lately.
No, I'm used to the smell of your house.
So you're used to it now.
Yeah.
I think I got used to the smell of your house. Yeah. Anyways,
what does my house stink?
No, it just has a Larson smell.
Oh, okay.
This has a Steve here smell. Anyways, Elimination Chamber. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what happens next. Tuesday on SmackDown. We're gonna get a hint, I think, of where the Orton Wyatt story is gonna be headed. If it's gonna be, I want it to be interesting. I hope it's not gonna be boring. I'm guessing
and
there'll be a tag match teaming Orton and Bray.
Oh man, yeah.
And then something will happen to cause a division.
Yeah, that's how tag matches on SmackDown. The glorious history of that.
That's my guess.
And then we'll get some Miz Cena, or at least at the very least Nikki Maurice.
Yeah, and then we'll probably get some AJ Shane.
Yeah.
I hope that match doesn't happen. But there's no one else. I mean, they were pretty obvious setting up Baron Dean for Mania.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
So there really is no one else for AJ.
Baron's going to pick up that IC title at Mania?
I think it'd be pretty cool if he did.
I think it's going to happen, man. I'm going to be there. I should wear. What shirt am I going to wear to Mania? Baron
I don't know.
Corbin shirt? I should get a Baron Corbin shirt.
You need to buy one first. But there's no one else for AJ. Nobody.
What a rip. Maybe we'll get somebody else on Tuesday. Maybe they'll surprise us.
Shane will have a proxy.
If there is a low-level WWE, if Carlos Hackworth is paying attention right now, if he is the low-level WWE writer, you got to get word, man. No AJ Shane at Mania. Please don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for now. Oh, yeah, there was no Dan. I think he just literally forgot there was a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Forgot what he told us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know when Dan's going to show, because Mania, we're going to be in, like, Florida. We're going to be there, so I'm not sure we'll be able to Skype him in. I'm not sure how it's going to work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But
we'll figure something out.
Dan is not missing. He will be back at some point. We love Dan. We miss Dan.
Yes, we miss Dan.
Anyways, until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.